So, the Intro Deck 2025 appealing deck paint, lockdown encapsulation, featuring the world's toughest deck armor, Kong armor, the lifetime deck armor system, right? So just a few days ago, this all had peeling deck paint, and it was something really bad. I mean, you're talking about this deck was facing tear down to the frame replacement because of peeling deck paint. Massive through here, right? There were rotten boards, loose rails, rotten steps. It just a garden variety of issues that you'll find with any weathered deck in the Cincinnati area. This is Burlington, Kentucky. If there's something that a weathered deck could have, this deck had it. We came in, we cleaned it up. Came in, replaced all the bad lumber with our air-dried, pressure-treated, ready-to-coat decking lumber. 316 grade, marine grade stainless steel to fight the rust to rot cycle that decks in the tri-state face. Okay. After that was done, we performed general deck maintenance, went around and tightened everything up, used our world's toughest deck post crack filler and deck repair epoxy to fill in large checking, in post, any large knots in post, cracks, voids, carpenter bee holes, all of this type of stuff. We used that silverback epoxy and came in and did that. We spent about $600 to $700 in epoxy all across this deck system to fill in that type of stuff. And here on the floor you can see a little bit of epoxy that we have down where we're doing a little spot repair here at the end of this project. We're waiting for this to dry so we can coat it, so disregard that. Once all that was done, that's when we brought the Kong armor, the thick build, the ultra tough, the lifetime deck armor system in here, and we performed what we call peeling deck paint, lockdown encapsulation. Kong, as a coating system, it's specified, so its special ability as a is the encapsulation and lockdown of peeling deck paints, flaking disintegrating deck stains, peeling bare deckover, any of this type of stuff. It can lock it down without the sanding, without the need for sandblasting, media blasting, any of this type of high labor, high cost preparations that force most deck owners have peeling paint like these deck owners did into replacement. Kong is exempt from it. We're talking about a very high build film, 30 to 60 times thicker than thin residential deck paints and stains. Super high bodied, thick build, very heavy bodied, absurd adhesion. Once it's applied over stuff, it's never going anywhere again, right? The big benefits also, other than the peeling deck paint, lockdown encapsulation, and saving the deck from replacement, every single nail and screw hole in the floor is covered in. Every single crack, hairline, anywhere where water could have entered this floor, it's now filled in because the deck rescue painters of Kong armor went in and pressed into all of that with their brushes, with their rollers, pressed into it and filled it all in. I'll show you here. Look, see? Nail and screw holes, not open. Nail and screw holes, not open. You can see the indentations of them if you zoom in, but they're closed off, right? Huge benefits. Good luck for anybody else in the industry that's willing to spend the time to do that for you when they refinish, when they paint your deck, as they say, right? Here at Kong, that's not what we do. We encapsulate decks. We completely water lock them, and then the benefits just keep rolling from there. We're talking about splinter lock technology. All the frayed wood, everything that was here, it's all locked down and encapsulated. Kong, it's very hard to get a splinter from Kong armor. Once a deck's coated in Kong, it's not impossible, but our film's just so high build that it just locks all that frayed wood, all those splinters down. Even in a real rough area like this was a super rough area. Even in a rough area, you might be able to see the outline where that frayed wood once was, but it's all encapsulated under that industrial elastomer tough film technology of Kong armor now, right? UV block technology. The rays come down, they hit Kong, they're not strong enough to go all the way through its thick build film and cause adhesion degradation and cause that peeling paint on a wholesale level. Besides that, we've got so many blockers in here in the film of Kong armor that we catch 95% of them and deflect them back up into the atmosphere where they belong, right? We've talked about water lock, we've talked about UV block, we've talked about splinter lock. What we haven't talked about yet is lifetime deck armor. So Kong, it's a lifetime deck armor system. It's the only coating system on the planet, really, that we're aware of that comes locally backed with a lifetime limited warranty and a lifetime service promise, creating a situation where the deck owner, now that their deck's encapsulated in Kong, and look how beautiful, look how gorgeous, they never have to completely paint, stain, refinish their deck system again. It's just unbelievable value. Think about this. We've saved them from replacement right off the rip here at this deck. What I can tell you for sure, I won't go into exact numbers with you, but what I can tell you is that Kong paid for itself several times over here, day one, right? You guys know services right now that you can get that pay for themselves several times over, right at purchase. I bet you'd be hard pressed to find one. That's how great of a value Kong armor is. Then when you add in the fact that it's lifetime and the customer can just keep going year after year after year without facing complete refinishing cycles, and that means that they're going to save even more as time ticks on, right? Wow. My big question is, if you live in Cincinnati, you live in northern Kentucky, you live in southeast Indiana, or anywhere near here, and you have a weathered, dilapidated deck with peeling paint, or you have a new deck that you just want lifetime protection on, you should be, there's a button down at the bottom of this, you should be clicking that button to sign up for a free quote. I'm gonna bypass sending you to our website. You should have seen enough by now. I'm just going to send you directly to our scheduling calendar. It's going to pop up. You can pick a day, enter your information. I'll come out. I'll meet with you. We'll talk about it. We'll get you the help, the restoration, all that stuff that you need for your deck. And then the lockdown encapsulation will make you a lifetime deck armor system owner. From Anthony Ford, the world's toughest deck armor, Kong armor, I'm signing off from Burlington, Kentucky. See ya.